All right, I think we're live. Not sure though. Let's see, YouTube, home. Oh, there we go. We are live. Gonna get that link, put it into my Discord channel. Of course, let's go. Streams live stream. There it is. All right, so we are live. Let's see. Is everything up and running? Should be. Hey, Gary H., nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. Prax, good to see you as well. Both of you guys, I don't remember putting you guys on these lists. So if you are interested, let me know. I'm more than happy to put you on here. I know you guys are both subbed and have been here for a minute. So if you guys haven't already and want to be on these lists, I'm doing Saturday, or no, this is Sunday. So we've got live stream gift possibilities. For Sunday, I don't know if I have either of you guys on these lists, so let me know if you're on Facebook and or web. if you are indeed interested. Let's see. So this is the which list is this? Is Facebook? I think this is Facebook. Let me refresh my picker wheel. Good to see you guys, though. Good morning to you guys. I guess almost afternoon, but still morning. Still morning. All right. Let's see. Picker wheel's not cooperating. But yeah, so basically I'm looking here. I don't think I saw either of you guys on the Facebook or the web. Could be wrong. Let me know if you want to be on the wheel. We can definitely do that. Not a big deal. The other thing that I'm going to mention at the top of here before we get into some stuff is that I did add a video suggestions option to my Discord. I guess I'm just going to add everyone in here, which a little annoying. Don't like doing that, but I guess I'm going to do it anyway. All right, so basically, if anyone has video suggestions, they can always post them in this area. It doesn't matter if it's mobile, web, or Facebook. Just let me know and what kind of content you want specifically. I'm going to try to get around to everyone, so if they are interested, it's there. I probably should have made that a while ago, but I didn't, so now it's there. All right, we're going to close Discord now. Good morning to you, Rodney Parker. Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. Okay, great. I just refreshed my Facebook because it wasn't loading. All right, let's see. Hero Wars. So how is everyone doing today? I'll let you know right now that I'm doing pretty well. A little tired still just because I did stay up late. I was watching a really good show. Not sure how many of you guys have heard of it, but it's called Secession. Very good. We stayed up late watching it. I want to say till 3 a.m. And they were just they sucked us in. It was a good season. We're on season 2. We just finished season 2. Yeah, so we watched quite a few episodes. It was good. I see me for Sunday Facebook, but I don't think I am on Saturday Facebook. All right, Gary. I can try to add you to Saturday Facebook. I'll make a note. But yeah, if you haven't seen the video, there is a video now for Saturdays for Facebook and web. If your comment is unable to get shown up on the video itself, just let me know that you're interested in opting into the contest. No problem. I get it. Hero Wars, well, YouTube has been a little funky lately, so I'm going to probably change the way to enter the contest for Saturdays starting next time, March, right? March 15th, after March 15th. So I'll make sure that that's fixed because that's frustrating that people are leaving comments and they're getting deleted because I think that there's too many numbers. So YouTube is flagging it. So yeah, okay. Thanks for the heads up there. We'll take a look. Christ, good morning to you. Love to see you here, Prax. We'll get you on here for Sundays, absolutely. Sundays, Facebook. We got Prax. 12129 0925. All right, so you're on there, saved. All right. So yeah, good stuff going on. We're gonna go ahead and activate this plus 700 activity by enchanting a glyph. Always a good call. Just being a good team player if you're in a guild. So we're going to look at critical hit chance. That's the lowest stat on my current Yasmin. We're going to level it up a little bit here. I'm hoping to get to 25, and we are at 25. Perfect. So we're making Yasmin stronger, which is great. Always trying to improve my heroes, especially those that I do use. I mean, now I'm using Ju a lot more regularly because of Osh, right? So things to check out. Good morning, Incognito, as well to everyone else as well. Calnap says, hello again. I believe a very interesting topic for exploring would be shielding and their consequences. We know that many heroes are providing shields. Jorgen Astaroth, Judge Marcus Pepe. What happens if two or more shields collide? Good question. I like it. Can you put me on Saturdays as well? Yes, absolutely will. I'll make a note. But if you also don't mind going to the YouTube video, there is a YouTube video. Just because it helps me out. So if you go to the YouTube video contest February, there's a Facebook and a web one. This is the web one. There should be a Facebook one as well. So just look for, yeah, here's a Facebook one. So just go ahead and look for those if you don't mind, and just saying like, I would like to opt in if you can't use your ID for whatever reason. But I'll definitely put you in, but it just would help me out if you also did it there, just because that's normally how everyone enters. But if you don't mind, that would be great. It helps, it helps me out. And yeah, YouTube's algorithm really likes that. Just, it's one of those things. If it didn't, I wouldn't, it's not a big deal. But yeah, if you don't mind, that would be great. All right, I'm also just going to level up armor penetration by 1. But yeah, so that is where we're at in Calnap. We will take a look at that today. Yeah, we'll take a look at that. I'm intrigued as well. Not a bad question. What happens if shields collide? I'm going to go ahead and say no one's doing any damage. And it's, yeah, it could be awkward. But let's take a look at that in a little bit. So it's a good question. Let's see. I'm going to claim some of these rewards I haven't been claiming this week, later in this week. We're going to leave those for now. Let's see. It's a new day. Always have to do some of these. So I'm just going to win my 3, make sure I get my prize, and then we will save the rest for another time, or I'll do them later today. Let's see. So I know we had some popular combinations. I actually like this one. We'll keep it. I believe this was Kim's suggestion the other day. Gary H says, I think the event pass is worth it if worth the 200,000 emeralds if you can sell back the totem. I think that's an interesting way of putting it. I'm not sure if they would let that fly, but it is an interesting thing. Let's see, I got a message here. What's going on? All right. Anyway, so we're gonna keep going here. I actually like this team. It's not. I mean, as long as there's no Isaac, we should, hypothetically speaking, be okay with this team setup. So I'm gonna run with it for now, and we're just gonna skip. We're gonna skip. But okay, that's an interesting thought. So Gary, if you could, right? Let's say you had like a 2-star, 3-star totem. If you could trade back your totem for 200,000 emeralds, would you do it? And that's an interesting proposition. I think if you could do that, that would be a very enticing thing. Maybe I'll mention that if I make a video on that later tonight. If I have some time, I might end up making a video with some suggestions on how they could proceed in the future with that. I'm not sure how much hero would like it, generally speaking, but that could definitely make things more interesting. Is that what it's normally? I got to double check. What is it normally worth if I were to trade one in? Let's take a look. 200,000. Okay, it is 200,000 emeralds if you have everything. So I guess that makes sense. I think the event pass is worth the 200,000. Yeah, I mean, I get that. I'll look for it. Thank you, Christ. Much appreciated. I didn't attend your live broadcast yesterday. You had a raffle gift. Live broadcast is a pity that there were no lucky draws. gifts for online participants. Yeah, no, it happens, Vitamin. It happens. If you have all the totems, then yes, I believe you can either sell it back or give it to someone else in your guild. Yes, that is 100% true. That is 100% true. I'm not sure if they'll let you sell it if you don't have all the totem fragments. But I think what you're saying is if you could sell it back, if you had less than all of them, that might be more interesting, which would make sense because $200,000 for 45 or 200,000 emeralds for 45 fragments is not the worst thing ever. I might end up losing this, but I'm just going to run with it because I don't want to switch the team. Hey, Emard, nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. And Gary here says, isn't that what happens if you don't need the totems? Yes, yes and no. So you do have, all right, we need to switch someone up here because these guys are having an annoying Isaac. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out these two, and we're going to use some offensive heroes. Where's Cleaver? Cleaver, where are you hiding, buddy? And we're going to put in Yasmin. Could do Dante, but I'm going to use Yasmin. Yasmin is there. All right. Yeah, if you don't need the totems, you can give them away, or you can trade them in for 200,000. But I don't think that is the case for every single one. Right? If you don't have them all, then you just open it, right? So it's kind of unfortunate, but I get that. I do get that. I think that'll be interesting. Yeah, 200,000 emeralds for $45 is a great deal. That is 100% true. I agree. But I don't know if it's worth 200,000 emeralds because I don't know if you can do that in every situation. But yeah, I get it. I do get that. It's an interesting idea. I definitely would not be opposed to suggesting it. I wouldn't be opposed. All right, so I'm going to do a couple things before we do this test on Calnap's theory of what happens when two or more shields collide. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a couple of these expeditions. I'm probably going to do Outland real quick in terms of just claiming, and then I will do some testing with these shield theoried teams. I think to start, I'm going to end up using a lot of those same heroes you just mentioned. I'm not sure what shield Peppy has. I got to double check on that because I know Astaroth has one. I know Jorgen has one. I know Judge has one. Marcus also has one. I did not know Peppy had one. I need to review Peppy's skills. Haven't used her in a minute. So that just might be from me not remembering off the top of my head. But I'll take a look at that. And then we will do some testing with those heroes just to see how the shields play into effect. I know Astaroth's shield's a lot softer, where Marcus is an invincible shield temporarily. Same with Judge, even though it's only for a short period of time. Jorgen is more of a, similar to Sebastian, like a debuff kind of a deal. Nebula also has a protective thing, but it's not really a shield. Let's look at Peppy. I want to look at Peppy real quick because of this Peppy shield you're mentioning. I'm not sure what that is, or I'm not remembering what that is. Good morning, Sue. Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. Let's see. Boldness. Cast a shield sphere on an ally for 4 seconds. Whenever a shielded ally receives damage, the sphere damages nearest rivals. Well, I'm going to go ahead and say Peppy's skill shield is, I mean, there's a lot of shields in this game. So, like, if you're looking at that as a shield, I think Aurora has one as well. I think a lot of heroes actually do have them, but we can test it out. So we're going to use the 6 you mentioned, and we're going to use a lot of the same ones. So what we're going to do, thank you, Christ, much appreciated. MP Doc, hi to you, and a nice Sunday to everyone as well. Hope you guys are all doing well. Real quickly, we're looking at some heroes who have different shields and just kind of going to test them out and see how it plays out. My plan here is we're going to use Astaroth, Astaroth, Jorgen, Judge. Judge. Where is the Judge? Master Judge. There's Judge. Marcus and Peppy. And what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to test the exact same team against each other and see how it goes. Because the real purpose is I want to see how some of these shields work against one another. So let's take a look here. Who do we need? We need Marcus and Peppy. Okay, so Peppy and Marcus, who should be around here somewhere. There he is. And I'm just going to use Axel on both squads. Let's see. Exact same team as what we want. Astaroth, Marcus, Jorgen, where's Peppy? Peppy, and we're missing Judge, who has recently been reworked with Axel. Okay, so we're going to test this out. I really just want to see how, okay, Christ, if you don't mind, just don't put your ID in, just say I would like to opt in, something like that, without any ID, just very curious, would be much appreciated. Hey, Kim Tay, nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. Isn't Peppy's shield what makes Kleppy work? Yes and no. Yes, that's part of it for sure. But I think also part of it is just the fact that Cleaver is able to sustain enough damage that Peppy is able to shoot off a bunch of her ×2 or ×4 skills, which is a very, very effective thing. All right, so it looks like there's not a whole lot going on here. It looks like it's just a bunch of stalling, which is fair. But I think we'll see how this plays out. But it looks like there's a lot of just shields getting activated, not a lot of damage being taken by either team. And that's really it. That's all I'm really seeing so far. We're a minute in, so I'm going to just start speeding it up a little bit. But it does look like, shields on shield, just the shielding timing is not always working perfectly in unison. But that is what I'm looking at. It looks like a stall team, a very good one, actually, so far. We can test with some other offensive threats, but to me, it looks like it's a pretty effective team. Let's see. We're going to use something like this. Chaba, Aurora, Qingmao, Dorian, and maybe a Dante would be interesting here with someone who's more offensive. We're going to use someone like Biscuit. We're just going to see how it goes. I'd like to see how some of these shields on the defensive side negate the offensive attack. And so I'm just curious because I do see, so there's a bunch of shields going there. And the shields are pretty effective. You can see this is a pretty good defensive team. I kind of like it. All right. Now let's see how it plays against a cart team after this. It's either going to be a timeout or it's going to be a victory for the defensive squad. It's going to be a timeout. Okay, so we're going to try one with Kark, and then we're going to try one with the popular twin. We'll do with the twins one first. So Aurora, the twins, Celeste, and Sebastian. And we'll just run it with Axel, I guess. But I think this will be an interesting thing because I think Sebastian is hard countered. Well, I say hard, but he's relatively countered by Judge. Judge is the best counter currently to Sebastian that exists now after this rework. So that's a significant change because Sebastian kind of had no one to keep him in check. So let's see how this plays out. A lot of shields on this right-hand team, right? We're going to call this shield team. Kind of like the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I guess that's a thing, right? And then we are battling against Aurora and a popular twins team, but actually they are able to overcome the S.H.I.E.L.D. team. So, okay, interesting factor there. So now let's see how this goes with a Kark team. We're going to use Astaroth and Martha here with, we're just going to go with Albus. So we'll see how this plays out. I wonder if you spelt out the numbers, it would allow it then 8 to 9. Yeah, I think it would. It's kind of a bit of a a lot of typing for people, so I don't want to make it too much more work either. But totally, yeah, I think that would work, Gary. It's just I don't know why YouTube is being so strict on some of these things when it really doesn't need to be. I mean, I guess spammers and stuff, but it shouldn't be as big of a deal as it is. So it looks like here the cart team is able to prevail. I think Isaac was a big part of that. So interesting. We got 12 hours left on Judges Brawl. So in that case, do not forget to use your Brawl coins if there's an item you really want. Just a reminder, hey, some of these items are pretty good. And don't leave your Brawl coins on the table unless you're really interested in getting these Judge Dolls. In that case, it doesn't matter. But if you want a specific item, not the worst thing to do to cash them in later today before it goes away for the weekend. So just a reminder there, nature season, and I found this out just yesterday. I'm going to mention it a couple of times because I think it's really good information to know. These energy recoveries after this nature event or nature season ends, they do go to your inbox. You can use them at a later time. Thought it was worth mentioning. I'll probably, if I make a video on this, I'll also be mentioning that. Just something that's kind of cool. I think it goes under the radar. So I'm going to upgrade a Tanks Hero skin twice. Looks like Aurora is the option here. So we'll do that. Earning some gold at the tower, making purchases in shop. Okay, we'll make some purchases in shop. We will get the Giant Slayer. Dragon's Heart, no thank you. No. Pasture Seal, always need those. Staffs, no, I'm good. We're good here as well. Tower Shop. Ooh, the Fang. Okay. Soul Shop, we're trading in some Judge Soul Stones because we already have Judge. Thank goodness. Key to all doors. Always going to need some of those. We will hold off on that. All right, so we got the items we needed, so only got us 19, but that's okay for now. Yeah, no, it's good information to know. I think with nature season, the energy recovery is it's a pretty cool thing. Activation of the ticket, there are some good rewards, but it really, really comes down to how much do you value this totem, right? How much do you value this totem? Because everything else, at some point, for the most part, you can obtain slowly over time. And then, how much further do you think you can progress in this event? So those are just some key things I think to point out here. And I'm gonna end up making a video on this, I think. But the sooner you activate the ticket, if you're gonna do it, the better, because it does have an extra quest, and that extra quest will allow you to push past 71 here, which just gets you more of these. So these rewards just keep ending, like repeating, like these ones right here, just keep going every level you progress. So just something to keep in mind there. Don't really know how everyone values this personally, but I mean, I think it may or may not be worth it depending on what you need. I spent 180 Judge Dolls and got 188 dolls back, plus some gold and other things. Sounds like a solid return on investment there, Gary. Love that for you. The shop will be open an extra day according to the community page. Oh, okay. That's good. The Brawl team. You want me to test this out? You got it. We'll do it, Rodney. No biggie. We're going to use Dante, Seb, Iris. All right. So there's a Rufus here. So we're going to swap out Morgan for Rufus. Or wait. Swapped Iris for Morgan. So we're going to go with Dante. Seb, where's Dante? You swapped out Iris for Morgan. Judge, Isaac, and Dante. Where's Dante? And we're going to test it out. Sure, why not? All right, let's see how it goes. And Rodney setting the bar high, saying he had no losses. Okay, all right. Let's see how it is. These 65 purchases can be completed easy by purchasing Titan artifact items. Yep, I gotcha. Which I might do in a little bit. We're not going to do it right this second, but we might do it in a little bit. This is a pretty good team. That is a pretty impressive win here. Let's see. Can we do it again? If you trade trophies, you can do it at the items shop quickly. If you don't have your Titans completely maxed, you can also buy from the Titan shop. Makes sense. Dante. Love that little jump he does just to deal some extra damage. That's nice. Morgan's good. I like Morgan. Morgan's very good. We're gonna keep it going. I mean, it's effective. Rodney, that's a good team, bro. I love it. That is a great team. If you guys aren't using this, and you haven't done your brawls yet, this might not be a bad team to check out. Basically, you would sub in Iris when you don't see Rufus, but if you do see Rufus, Morgan seems to. I mean, Morgan is a counter. Morgan does a trick. It looks like. So yeah. Oh, no one else has. Okay, we'll take Morgan out now, and we'll put in Iris, since no one seems to want to use Rufus anymore. Now that I'm battling only Rufus teams. But yeah, I think that's a good call. There is that ability to trade in the trophies, right? For those purchases. For skin stones, right? That skin stones, each one of those counts as a singular purchase. So you can get that done pretty quick. I think we're just going to go ahead and skip battle. But yeah, I mean, that's impressive. This has definitely been a good team. Can we beat Heidi, though? She stops Rufus. Iris is better for the rest. Makes sense. I like that team, Ronnie. That is a very good team. Great suggestion. Great suggestion. So I'm impressed. This team is doing wonders. All right. Okay, so now after this one, we're going to take a look at some other things as well. First defeat, but that's okay. Let's go back. Okay, so daily quests. We got our upgrading a hero skin. We need to do our Titanite, right? At least the claiming of this 150. Gotta do it. So there's that. And going back to the shop. So this is what a lot of you guys are talking about is if you have a bunch of Guild War trophies, what you can do is you can go to exchange and you can make a single purchase of this, and that counts as one purchase from for nature season purposes, right? So that would count towards the number of purchases from the shop you make. I think that's specific to this one, but let's see. Someone did mention, the Titan shop, but I'm not sure if that also plays a factor. Let's see. So if I do gold one time, does that count? Because I was at 20 purchases, right? So are they meaning any shop? It looked like they showed a specific picture. That does count. So that's 21 purchases. So I guess any shop. So I guess you'd have this merchant. You would have the merchant up here as well, right? The Titan one. And then there's also one up here in this. So I wonder if these would count. Let's see. So if I traded in these certificates that I have for, say, large skinstone chests, would that count as 6 purchases? So I would be at 27? Yeah, so any merchant counts. Okay, cool. Even though they only show the picture of this main one. Makes sense. Vitamin says, Jay, let me ask you a more serious question because of the war launched by Russia. Nexus issued an announcement the day before yesterday. Now Facebook in many countries and some Russian games have been completely banned. And some players on my server live in Ukraine. What do you think about the war? Will it affect all players in the world if Hero Wars continues to play the Facebook platform? That's a great question. There's a lot there. Let me take a double. Let me reread Hero Wars' statement on this. But I know it's a hot topic. It's a great question. A lot of people are wondering the exact same thing. I mean, it's a turbulent time. A lot of people are saying they don't want to spend any money in game because they're concerned of where that money would go in Russia, because I think the game is based out of Russia, right? If I'm not mistaken, I'm like 99% sure. So if that were to happen, it's possible that we might be unable to access our accounts for a short time, if they decide to go that way. It's totally possible. I'm not sure what would happen. Let's see. Let's find this announcement. I know you said the day before yesterday, so let's see. Trying to find it. Hmm. Nexters issued an announcement. Nexters. So Nexters as a company, I'm trying to remember here. Nexters Hero Wars announcement. I'm not seeing. I'm not seeing it right this second. But I think, I mean, I'm hoping that that's not the case. I'm hoping it doesn't affect us, if I'm being honest. But I think it's a possibility. I mean, we never know how things are going to turn out. But I do think that usually so far things have been good with, in terms of the internet and everything like that. It's been pretty stable. Um, but I think, there are concerns, right? So I think there's a concern from the standpoint of how long, some of the things that are going on in the world will go on, right? We don't know how long some of that stuff is going to go on, right? So we got a question as to how long the fighting will last and, how long it will go. How long will, um, Russia continue to attack, right? So if Russia takes Ukraine, if will they continue to go? That's a big question, right? And if they do continue to go, then it comes down to where are you located, right? Because like I'm located in the U.S., so because I'm located in the U.S., if we decide to impose sanctions where like websites that are from inside Russia or whatever are not able to be used, I might be in trouble in terms of getting into my game. But I think it just depends um, on it depends on a couple things. It depends on how things progress, right? So if things in Russia settle down, then I guess we have nothing to worry about. But if they don't, that's when things become a lot more tricky, right? So announcement on Nexter's Facebook. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm intrigued. I think it's a valid question. Let's go to Facebook and Nexter's Global. Nexter's. Um, Okay, the events of the last few days are very worrying for all of us. We believe that violence is unacceptable in any form, and our hearts go out to all those who were affected by it. It is especially heartbreaking to witness the tragedy that unfolds right now, since we and other developers across the world create games and strive to bring people together with them, not pull them apart. The gaming industry is a tight-knit community that has given little thought to borders. For example, at Nexters, we have employees from more than 10 different countries, including Russia, Ukraine, and Belarus, and our head office is located in Cyprus. The Nexters board of directors is composed of citizens of different nations. Our stock is traded. Yeah, okay. At the moment, we are already providing help to our employees who need it. A special working group has been created within Nexters that is in constant contact with our people in Ukraine. We'll monitor the situation closely and continue to support our employees with everything they need as fast as possible. I mean, not a whole lot of info there. I mean, all it tells me is like, as far as I'm concerned, it says like they're concerned about their employees, which I get. It doesn't address really anything from a player standpoint. So the best I can see right now is that we don't know if we don't know how this is going to play out. I'm going to go ahead and say though that like I'm going to keep playing until I don't have access. Will I be buying a lot of things? Probably not. Because I usually don't spend that much in game now anyway. Personally, I mean, I have most of the things that I need. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a tricky situation. I think as for the longevity, it's hard to determine how far this will go. So I mean, it's a valid question, Vitamin. Will it affect players in the World of Hero Wars? I think if things continue the way they do, it's possible it will affect players. I think if you are located in non-U.S. states, I know a little bit less about your situation than I do about U.S. players. If you're in the U.S., I'd say there's a good chance that if things continue, we might have some limited access potentially, or there might be spotty connections depending on the situation. If you're not in the U.S., I think, or you're not in the EU area, right? Like, let's say you're in China or more of the Middle East. I think you might be okay. I mean, unless you're like Ukraine or one of the direct areas that is getting attacked. You might be okay in terms of Hero Wars access, because I think it's more like there's a direct target of who Russia is going against, and I think the people they're going against, like NATO, for example, right? If you're a NATO state, you might need to consider how sanctions, right? So sanctions are restrictions against a certain group, might affect your gameplay. So it's possible. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but I'm hoping that it's not a major thing because it is a video game, and I'm hoping that it's a lot less of a high priority in terms of like we need to stop people from playing Hero Wars because it does have ties to Russia, and I hope it's more of like we're just focusing on the serious issues of like cyber attacks from a standpoint of you know more of a military strategic thing. So I'm hoping that it doesn't come into play at all. But we will see. I mean, the other concern that I have is if there's a lot of employees of Nexters that cannot help support the game, right, for whatever reason, it's possible that the game crashes for a little while. But I'm hopeful that it's not like a permanent thing. So I think we might have some spotty things come up in the future, but I'm hopeful that it's not a long-term issue. I hope that makes sense. Like I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic on the whole thing. Yeah. I'm hopeful that things get resolved and that it doesn't get too bad. No, that's what I'm hoping. It is a heavy topic. I mean, it is. It is. There's a lot there. All right, I'm going to claim these Outland chests real quick. And then what we're going to do is we are going to have our picker wheel, and because we're still able to play right now, I'm going to make sure that we at least have 2 winners, one from Facebook, one for web, using the picker wheel. And I will be playing a little bit of web after this, just because I have not played as much. And Ronnie says, you can play while not spending to avoid supporting something you may not agree with. That is 100% true. You don't have to spend in Hero Wars at all if you don't want to. And if you're scared of any potential issues until things are resolved, I mean, again, you don't have to necessarily, pay any of your currency to them if you do not wish to do so. I know a lot of servers are talking about not doing that, right? Because they're afraid of what is going on right now in the world, and they don't want to support something that they're not interested in supporting. So right now I've heard, some people are not spending money in game, which I respect either way. If you want to spend money in game, I understand the desire to progress in the game. If you don't want to spend because you want to avoid potentially supporting something you don't want to, I understand that as well. So I think each individual user is free to their own will. I'm not going to condemn anyone for making decisions one way or the other. But yeah, I mean, I think that's it's fair enough. Gary says here, if it crashes, we all get to fight our way back to the top of the tower. That's fair enough as well. That is fair enough as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get to our Sunday Facebook, contenders here for a reward. Let's see how this goes. We're going to spend it. I do have Jimmy on here twice because he is a member of the YouTube channel, right? So I mean, basically he owns like the membership thing. So when you own a membership, you get a second slot. So here we go. We're gonna spin this. So if you guys are wondering, that's why he's on here twice. No one else should be on here twice right now for this one. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and spin it for our lucky Facebook winner. Oh, Incognito, you're not on here. Okay, we're gonna refresh. Incognito, are you on Facebook? Because if you're not on Facebook, then Um, incognito, let's see. Are you on web? If you're on web, then you're on web. No, I actually don't see you on either of these. Um, which one are you on? Hey, Tanya, nice to have you here. We're about to do the Sunday Facebook spin. We're just actually going to start it right now. Um, yeah, so I guess maybe we're just hoping that we don't have to restart over if if something happens. But our winner for the Facebook rewards is Shadex. All right, so we're gonna make a note here. So our Facebook winner is Shadex. I'll be messaging them on Discord shortly for Facebook. Um, Tanya is on web. Yep, Tanya, we will put you on there. We do have new videos out as well as a new month area on the Discord, right? So we'll add you guys on here. Feel free to add your info on the videos and stuff as well. Gotcha, I got you, Incognito. So we got Tanya on here. We also got Incognito. We're going to save this list for Sunday's web, and we're going to now we're going to go right into it. So our second winner and our winner for web is going to be, let's see who the Wheel of Fate chooses. Good luck to everyone. Mojo Rising is the winner. Has some strong luck. I believe a past winner as well. So Mojo Rising, congratulations. Congratulations to Shadex and Mojo Rising. All right. So we have our two winners for today. We will have more winners next week. I'm going to play web really, really quick, and then we will wrap things up. Yes, absolutely. Okay, perfect. Well, we'll make sure we have you on there. Congratulations to our winners. We're going to go ahead and check out web real quick because I have not played as much. And I'd like to maintain an account so I can keep giving out rewards on web. So, all right, let's see how this goes. All right, so I believe I recently made my Aurora Absolute on this account, which we love to see. We're working on Dante, who's been doing very well. He's very scary as an attacker, and I love it, especially when he's on my team. So there we go. We upgraded our Dante a little bit. We're going to try to get some items. Let's see, the Governor. We'll leave that one for now. We will get this Desert Blade, or close some of the items, hopefully. So there's that. We're making some progress. We just hit level 99. Love to see it. All right, so we're getting closer to level 130, which, right, is max level, and it will make it easier on us on the tower. I personally don't like doing tower runs every couple of days. Let's see, level up a tank's hero skin. We will upgrade the armor twice because it's the cheapest one. Win one time in arena using a healer. We're not going to do that right now, but we will claim these rewards. Boom. All right, so we're making some progress, sending gifts to our guild mates. We're going to claim these rewards, and we're going to open our chest, and we will wrap things up. Yeah, Incognito is on fire. Tanya says, I love your judge video. Thank you so much. Srihari, yes, congrats to the winners. Thank you guys for hanging out with me here. I'm on the web wheel twice. Once is Mojo Resident, once is Incognito. For Sunday web, it should just be Mojo Rising. I gotcha. But congratulations to you, Incognito, for the win on Mojo Rising. Shadex, congratulations to you as well. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me here on this Sunday stream. We will be wrapping it up here just because it is Sunday. I'd love to have you guys here. Thank you guys again for hanging out with me. The climb to level 130 gets pretty steep, but once you hit level 20, Francis, you're right. But hopefully we will get there. And Tanya, thank you for those kind words on the judge video. But yes, no, absolutely. It is a steep climb. Hopefully we can get there. Mihalo, I'm so sorry, but yes, We appreciate you coming in towards the tail end. But yes, thank you guys so much, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Hopefully, Mahalo, you can catch the replay if you would like. But yes, there's always next time. Thank you guys, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week. All in